This BeamMG mod adds a 1980s Japanese hot hatchback to the game. It's the Honda City Turbo. This mod has lots of highly tuned configs, so let's take it for a drive. So the Honda City was produced between 1981 and 1986. It's the first generation, but this is the Turbo 2. It's got an intercooler, and it was launched in 1983, the most powerful Honda City you could get. We've got a turbocharged 1.2-litre engine producing 110 horsepower, plus the mod has custom engine sounds. Really nice. This car has very chunky styling. Look at the flared wheel arches. There's not a curve in sight. And this car had a nickname. It was called the Bulldog because of its very square, wide stance. The interior is also very square and boxy. We've got blue and grey seats, and we've got a digital display for the speed in the center there, and all the other gauges are very boxy. Well, the car is called the Honda City, so let's drive it into the city. This car weighs just 800 kilos. That means just 110 horsepower can propel this thing to 60 in about 8 seconds. That was incredibly fast for a hatchback in the early 80s. Now, whoa, that's a bit of a jump. We've got very soft suspension in this thing for a hot hatchback, but whoa, it actually drives pretty well. We haven't got anti-lock brakes, but also we got quite a lot of torque steer through this thing. So as I'm accelerating, the wheel is being yanked out of my hand in the direction we're steering. But I love the performance, and combined with that engine sound, you really feel like you're driving, whoa, this early 80s beast. There are a few weird things. The rear view mirror doesn't really fully work, and also the turbo gauge has been smashed and doesn't actually work, but I really like the digital display. That works perfectly. Now I'm going to pull over and show you something really strange. So if I open up the trunk, what have we got in here? It's a folding scooter called the Moto Compo. This is the smallest scooter or moped that Honda have ever produced. It has 2.5 horsepower, and it's basically an optional extra or an accessory for the City Turbo, a scooter designed to fit perfectly in the trunk, so you could get that out and drive around the city with it. Something else you rarely see in BeamMG mods, we've got a working radio. Yes, it actually works. I can turn it on. Oh, okay, that is copyrighted music, but we have different cassette tapes. I think this is a 2000s one and a Japanese cassette. That's not Japanese, but anyway, pretty cool. It works perfectly. Can't play the music though, it's copyrighted. But now I think it's time for a crash test. Roughly 60 miles per hour into an ETK. Okay, the car is stronger than I thought it was, and you know what? I quite like the way the hood has crumpled. We do have some damage on the front windscreen. Anything happened to the interior? Not really. Yeah, the crash model is actually not bad. The bumper just fell off. This mod has 10 configs, and a lot of them focus on tuning and customization. This is the Mugen Tuned model. It's a Honda tuning house that still exists today, and we've even got the little logo here for Mugen Power. We've also got one of those stinky tree things that hang from your mirror. These look like cassette tapes on the dashboard there, and we've got a Mugen steering wheel. Oh yes. I like that the tree actually sways around. That's beautiful. Now, we have 132 horsepower, so just 22 more, but does it feel any more powerful? Oh, a little bit more powerful, at least at high speed. Oh, fit through the gap, fit through the gap! Oh, damn. That was quite a big crash. Whoa, look at the deformation. I mean, it's not terrible. The glass kind of looks a bit weird. Now, this is not a K car. The engine is just too big and the car is too wide to meet the K car regulations. But in Europe, this was classed as a subcompact. It is a very compact car, and in Europe it was called the Honda Jazz. It sounds great in the tunnel, but how does it handle? The brakes are kind of... Whoa, if you push them, you feel like you're going to lose control. And the torque steer, I'm still getting torque steer, but it does handle. Look, 80 miles per hour around that corner. Not all cars, whoa, especially front-wheel drive cars, can do that. The mod comes with 2 police cars. We've got the regular Japanese police car. Looks very nice, and we have the traditional Japanese siren, but in the interior we've got some accessories, the radio, and I think the radar for tracking people's speed. But then over here, we've got the Itasha police car. And yes, we have an anime. And what does it say on the bonnet there? You're under arrest. Oh no! Everywhere you look, there's anime things on here. We've even got an anime air freshener. Now it's a Honda, so of course we've got a VTEC engine swap. This is the 1.8 litre B18C VTEC engine, and we do have a custom VTEC sound. Sounds pretty good. I really like the purple paint job as well. Whoa, listen to that. Wow, 199 horsepower, naturally aspirated. Okay, let's take it onto the highway and see if VTEC really does kick in. So we're cruising in third gear onto the highway. I'm going to floor it and let's see what happens. So, nothing yet. Nothing yet. There you go. About 6,000. And then 8,000. Well, it's like a two-step VTEC. Whoa, 8,000? Yeah, definitely at 8,000. 130 miles per hour. Have we got 6 gears? No, we don't, but what's the top speed? Whoa, just managed to fit through that gap. It's feeling quite unstable at this speed. I don't want to turn it too fast. We're weaving. 150. Let's do a crash test. Into a BX. Oh, crumpled up like a tin can. This is the street build. It's designed for 2G, so let's take it on a windy road and see what it's like. What's nice is on the dashboard we have the revs and also the turbo pressure gauge. Now I'm going to push this thing really hard. So coming to the first corner, we've got anti-lock brakes. They're pretty good. Oh, it does handle a little bit better, but oh, there you go again, wheel spin. We're heading up this 2G now, and whoa, it does seem to be losing control a little bit. Down to second, go. What? Oh my, yeah, it's quite hard to handle. You can't give it even 20% throttle before the wheels start spinning, at least in some gears. Come on. Whoa, yep, loads of wheel spin out the corner. Let's try the brakes before this corner. So, brakes are very good now. And turn in, understeer quite a lot. Come on. Coming down, brakes again. Can we hit the handbrake? Hit the handbrake. Whoa. Yeah, it's not bad. But this is what I'm looking forward to. It's the tuned model. We have a very nice red stripe paint job and 265 horsepower. Again, we've got the gauges on the dashboard. They light up blue. Okay, let's take it slow, and then I'm going to go onto the highway, floor it, and we're going to see how neck-snappingly fast this thing is. Ready? Second gear, go. Nothing yet. Whoa! Up to 10,000 RPM rev limiter. Oh my. It's almost like having a VTEC engine, but it's not. 1.2 litre engine in this thing. That's crazy. Listen to it. In the tunnel, we're backfiring as well. We've got a straight bit of highway coming up, so let's see what the top speed is like in the tuned model. Now, we're in 5th gear. We're up to 140, still accelerating. Oh, it's very hard to keep in a straight line. You can see us weaving around. Got to dodge the traffic. There's 160, and yeah, this car is not aerodynamic, so the aerodynamics must be playing havoc with our high-speed stability. There's 170. Still accelerating, but let's go for a crash test into the excavator down the end here. Whoa, slow motion. Missed it. Oh no, into this wall then. Whoa. Yeah, we're flying. Undo the slow motion, let go of the steering wheel, roll over, and we've wrecked. Yeah. I don't mind the crash model. I think it's alright. I really do. The mod also comes with an amateur rally config. The engine is very similar to the base model, and we don't have a roll cage in there, despite the fact the seats have been removed, but we have an ad van livery, which just looks great. Look at this. So what's it like as a rally car? Well, into the first corner, not much grip, but if you put your foot down and get that torque steer, the car actually drags itself round the corner. Let's try that again. Here we go. Understeer, foot down. Look at that. Just increases the steering ability massively when you put your foot down and get that wheel spin. Come on, 4th gear. Oh, it's even accelerating uphill in 4th. Then we've got the amateur race car. This has a tuned engine with 155 horsepower and a Spoon Sports racing livery. And I also like the bucket seats. Okay, we're gonna go and take this around the track. Whoa. Oh, the tyres feel a little bit better. We're not getting as much torque steer on this. Now brakes up to the first corner. Anti-lock. Good. Push it in. Wow. That is incredibly grippy. The suspension has been beefed up. We're getting barely any body roll. Down into 3rd. Good brakes, good everything, really. This corner's a big test. Brake hard, and push it in. Whoa. Yeah, you can modulate the throttle to stop it wheel spinning. We're lacking a bit of mid-range power, but you can tune and modify this car a lot. You can, of course, put the VTEC engine in. Really customizable car in this mod. Very good brakes. Look at that. I braked too early, really. Okay, it's time for the corkscrew corner test. Now, sometimes cars like this can flip over, but this car is so wide, I don't think it's going to do that. So let's try. So, slow down a little bit. We're not going to brake too harsh, because this thing is very grippy. Look at that. That handled it really well. A lot better than most of the cars we take around there. And finally, we've got the drag config. We've got the VTEC engine with a stage 3 tuning kit on it. It's still naturally aspirated, but look at those tyres. Are we going to be able to get enough grip down to really propel this thing down the drag strip fast enough? Well, let's see how it compares to the Ibishu Covet drag. It has over double our horsepower. I think about 1100 in this thing, and we've got less than 500, but we weigh a lot less, and we've got VTEC on our side. So there we are. Now rev her up. And okay, pretty good start, but that Covet is a lot faster than us. We're getting a lot of wheel spin and not much power is going down to the road, but there you go. Wow, 4th gear. That's a lot of power in 4th gear. Okay, we got trounced by the Covet there, and they're gonna... What are you doing? What was that? Okay. Yeah, they passed the line at 178. We were 141. The quarter mile was 8.7 for them. 11.45 for us. Yeah, it needs to be a bit more powerful, but even then, I was spinning my wheels. So what do you think of the Honda City Turbo? This is a free mod on the BeamNG forums, and it's by a really talented up-and-coming BeamNG mod creator. If you'd like to see another mod created by the same modder that made this, Shaxay, click the video on screen right now. It's the Mazda Cosmo Sport, a 1960s Japanese sports car. But that's all from me, and I'll see you soon for some more simulator adventures.